Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. This sentiment fully embodies the journey of King Harrow of Katalis in the Dragon Prince series and General Iroh of the Fire Nation in the Avatar series. If you're new here, we do plenty of Avatar videos and the Dragon Prince videos, so consider subscribing. These two men may be thought of as support characters, but their story and wisdom are integral to the larger story being told. Not only that, but their stories can guide the audience as well as the characters on how to live a better life. These two great characters mirror each other due to their shared darker past, tragedy, and hope for the future. Iroh's dark past includes being born Prince of the Fire Nation, the rightful heir to become Fire Lord. It was his supposed destiny to lead the Fire Nation in conquering the other three nations. Iroh was a great general in the war, often admired for his firebending prowess and military strategy. After supposedly slaying a dragon, he gained the prestigious title, the Dragon of the West. Iroh was thought of as a hero to the citizens and soldiers of the Fire Nation, but he was really a false hero. A true hero wouldn't support genocide. A true hero wouldn't penetrate the walls of an innocent nation. No, a true hero defends the innocent. To call King Harrow's past dark may be an overstatement, but I still find the word dark suitable, at least in the eyes of King Harrow himself.
I am responsible for some of those wrongs. I've done terrible things.
King Harrow has never been shown to be proud or boastful of his military accomplishments. Though we don't know everything surrounding the conflict between Azadia and the human kingdoms, their war with each other is far more gray than the black and white nature of the Fire Nation's conquest over the world. Nonetheless, Harrow still deals with great regrets. The two men waged war against foes they didn't fully understand or empathize with. These two characters' journeys mirrors real-life examples. To be clear, I am not condemning nor condoning America's involvement in the Vietnam War, but only bringing to light a veteran's view on it. Bob Mueller, a Vietnam War veteran, speaks remorsefully of the war. He says, "The tragedy of my life was not being shot in Vietnam. The tragedy in my life is one that has been shared by all too many Americans. Knowledge of the fact that my government had seen fit to involve us in the military in Vietnam was sufficient for me. I never asked the reason why. I never really asked, why are we in Vietnam? What's the history behind our involvement in that country? I went in, boom." Harrow and Iroh went into their wars just like that, boom. They went in with eyes not fully open. They saw their enemy merely as a means to an end. For Iroh, it was seeing the enemy as a way to fulfill his destiny. For Harrow, it was an avenue to solidify the human's place in history. But tragedy would befall both of them. As the ruler of Katalis, King Harrow faces many difficult decisions. During his reign, his kingdom and another was facing the threat of a great famine. But this could all be avoided by killing a titan and using its hard and dark magic to abundantly feed everyone. The dilemma was killing an innocent titan or let thousands of people die. He chose to kill the titan and save his people. But this victory was not easily won. It would come at a great cost. His wife, Queen Sarai, would be killed returning the heart to Katalis. The loss of his wife would change his life forever. When Iroh was a boy, he had a vision of conquering the Earth Kingdom city of Ba Sing Se, so he worked his life toward that goal. As he was just on the brink of bringing down the supposed impregnable city, his beloved son, Lu Ten, would die on the front lines. A death that would change Iroh forever. Iroh fell into a deep depression, leading him to search the world for understanding and meaning.
If only I could have helped you.
I think it's very important to point out that through our lives, we all deal with tragedy and loss. Although the pain may never go away, you can still transcend that energy into something positive. With such tragedy befalling onto both men, they each turned their regrets from the past into hopes for the future. Iroh finds some peace and albeit frustration in mentoring his nephew Prince Zuko, who was scarred and banished by his father. With helping Zuko, Iroh is hoping to help this misguided youth discover his own destiny and not one thrust upon him by his father.
And begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you?
And what do you want?
Iroh once felt the same pressure as Zuko, the pressure to prioritize power over love, to hold ruthlessness over mercy, but he came to realize he was mistaken. Since the death of his son, Iroh looks at Zuko as his own son, becoming a surrogate father to the lost prince. King Harrow has an adopted son as well, Callum. As mentioned before, King Harrow lost his wife. What's just as sad is that Callum lost his mother. In his letter to Callum before his assumed untimely death, he writes to him his hopes and wishes for the future. He writes about history, how advisors and scholars view history as a narrative of strength or power. But he has come to realize true strength is in vulnerability, forgiveness, and love. He urges Callum to reject history as a narrative of strength and have faith that it can be a narrative of love instead. Going back to the example of the Vietnam War veteran, he spoke about ultimately what he learned from his time served. He says, "I've seen a lot of hate in this world, and all I have left, all I try to keep in my head and convey to others, is love. And I mean that, because that is all I've got left." Iroh's journey is a lesson to forge our own destiny of good, while Harrow's is one to leave a legacy of compassion. Both Iroh and Harrow urge the characters of their shows and us, the audience, to abandon the constraints of hate, prejudice, or misunderstanding that may linger in our own thoughts, feelings, or history. Simply put, to just have faith and love. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and for more Avatar and Dragon Prince videos, please subscribe. And sincerely, thank you for watching. I'm out.